Hi, my name's Julia Smith, and I'm here today to talk with you about dream analysis and dream understanding. We all dream. Some people think that they go to bed and they rest all night and they wake up in the morning without dreaming. But it's been scientifically proven that we all dream, and that it's a very important way of releasing unconsciously some of the things that happen during the day. There are some people today who are very interested in understanding their dreams and who spend a lot of time trying to analyze it and figure out what the dreams mean to them, what they mean in relationship to the past, present, and future. Historically, there has always been an interest in dreams, and in every culture of the world, there's been an interest in dreams. In ancient times, it's kind of interesting that it was believed that dreamers' mind or soul actually left their body and went and traveled and met their friends or mystical people or spiritual beings or visited different lands and then came back into the dreamer's body. Or perhaps that visitors came into the dreamer's body during the dreaming time. In different religions throughout history, and currently also, there's oftentimes a belief that dreams are actually messages from God. The Talmud says that an uninterpreted dream is like an unopened letter from God. Sometimes, in some religions, it's also believed that the dream can be the struggle between good and bad, or God and Satan. There's also, with primitive people, there's also a belief that the dreamer's soul is actually revealing an unfulfilled wish to the dreamer. And upon awakening, the dreamer will go and act on this wish. Of course, if we were to do that today in our society, it wouldn't work. But in some societies, it does work, and that's expected and respected. The Sonoy people in the Malay Peninsula have a very interesting way of dealing with dreams. In the past and currently, they had spent a time each day talking, discussing, and trying to understand their dreams. Usually at breakfast time, the family will sit around, and each member of the family, and especially the children, are asked to discuss their dreams, remember them from the night before, and then try to understand, what does it mean? How does that affect who I am? How does it affect my past, my present, and my future? Currently in our society, there's been 3 different psychotherapists who have contributed a lot to dreams and the understanding of dreams as we know them now. The first name that usually pops in our brains when we think of dream analysis is Sigmund Freud, kind of the father of psychology. Also, we kind of laugh when we think of Sigmund Freud and the way he interpreted dreams, because every different character or person or event in a dream was symbolic of something, and usually had some latent desires or unfulfilled wishes for the dreamer. And in adults especially, Freud believed that a lot of this was sexually connected. He had, for everything that was to happen in a dream, he had a symbol. He had a interpretation for that symbol. Freud was very involved in the interpretation of dreams with his clients. So the client would tell his or her dream, and then Freud would say, well, this is what it means. Another therapist, Fritz Perls, had another way of dealing with dreams. He felt that a dream was like a play, and that the dreamer was the playwright, the director, the actors and actresses, the scenery, the setting, that the dreamer was actually everything that happened in a dream. And that he would have the dreamer take responsibility for each piece of the dream. For instance, if a dreamer was to dream of walking through the forest And as she walked through the forest, she came upon a cabin. And she walked into the cabin and put some logs on a fire to warm herself. Pearls would ask the dreamer then to take responsibility for the forest, to become the forest. For instance, I am the forest, I am tall, I am looking down upon the land. And then maybe go on to becoming the cabin, and then becoming the walker, the person walking through the forest. And in that way, Pearls felt that you'd have a better sense of what was going on unconsciously by becoming becoming each part of your dream. Another therapist, Carl Jung, had a little bit different approach to dreams. He felt that the dreams were kind of a message from your higher consciousness, from that spiritual part of you, and that the only person who could really interpret the dream was you. So that as he worked with his patients on dreams, he felt that it was important to support the patient to figure out what the dreams meant to him or her. I feel like this is a nice way to look at dream analysis or dream understanding for those of us who are interested in our own dreams. One way of helping you remember and work on your dreams is by keeping